Good morning and welcome to this demonstration of the Proactively Mobile Reporting product. I'm going to share my screen now. We're going to have a look at installing the Proactively product on Timotei's phone. So have you got an Android or an Apple phone there?
An Apple phone.
Okay. Can you see the QR code in front of you? If
Yes.
you open the camera and point the camera at it, see, yeah. Oh, yes. There you go. Oh, there. Okay. So you have the mobile app in your phone now. If you install that. And then allow, because send the notifications. So at the bottom of the screen, there's a QR code button. If you press that, and then let it use the camera again, pointed at the QR code. Okay, so now you're linked. So that's as if you have firstly got the mobile app onto your phone and then linked it into the demo company. Right, let's have a look. So on the front screen, you can see it's got some messages, it's got some clickable links. And we've got the different forms that we're going to be using today. So if you scroll down and see how many forms there are. Okay, so we've got 3 forms in there. So if you choose one of those, I suggest the hazard report form. Let's see what happens. So first of all, it's asking, are you safe? Obviously, using a mobile phone can be quite dangerous. It can be very distracting. So we don't want people to be driving. Go for it.
I'm safe.
All right.
What did I see? It's slippery outside.
Okay.
It's snowy.
Yes, it is today. It's very cold today.
Snow.
Just put snow.
Ground. Snow on ground.
Yeah, just be quick.
Yeah, you could slip.
Okay, so this is the date and time now. But you can choose, when did you see the snow on the ground?
Today,
okay.
First time in this year.
Okay, yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, what has been done? Nothing yet, I guess.
Okay.
This is a measure, I guess.
Yeah.
Is it now safe? Is the problem corrected? No. What do you think should be done? How you call the Schneeräumung?
I don't know, clean away the snow. Just put
snow clean away.
Path, clean the path, clear the path.
Clear. Is it an action? Aha, should be done. Yeah, clear the path. How worried? I'm not so worried. Just wanted to let you know.
And sign. And if you turn your phone so it's horizontal, it'll make a much bigger box there that you can do that.
Cool.
Okay. Good. Yeah. Okay. Right. Oh, and turn it back so it's vertical, and then we've got a smaller thing. Okay, I'm just going to draw your attention to a couple of things. We've got, you see the info button that's by, could you press that where it says, how worried are you? Okay, so it can give you some advice on how to fill in the question, because you want them to be consistently by everyone. So, okay, press that again, so it'll disappear. Also on that, how worried are you? You can see the asterisk, the star.
Yes.
That means that it's a required question.
Oh.
So if you don't have something in that box, then it won't let you send the form. All this is completely customizable. So you're looking at the standard questions that have come in the form, but we can change those. So press send. And let's see it coming into our system now. So I'm looking at the main system. And oh, we have snow on the ground. Okay, so and it's come from you as a QR code user. So I'm going to open the report and I can read through to see what needs to be done. So let me now send an action to do with that. So we wanted to clear the snow, didn't we?
Yes.
Buy some more salt. I'm going to assign it. I'm going to assign it to me because then that's easier to do. And let's put a date in. Okay, right. So now we've got an action that's come up. Now, if I look at my emails, here we have the Proactively action. So the person who has been assigned the action now receives this email. So I should have another hat on my head at this stage, shouldn't I? So I can show that
you basically got
I'm someone different.
So usually that would be your manager assigning a task to you?
Yes. And now I'm the maintenance guy who's going to go and buy some salt and clear it away, and then close it. And I've resolved it, the area path. I'm going to put for now, because obviously we're going to get some more snow coming for the season. Okay, so that has now been closed. So if I go back to the reports and look at it, for the actions, we can now see that the action has been closed. If I look at the history section, we can see that the report was created, the action was created, and then the action was closed. So it all is time and date stamped. We can see who has done what. Okay,
action close. So the newest is on the top.
Yeah, okay. And one interesting thing that we could have done if we went back to the report. Now, if I had disagreed with what you'd said, for example, you said, I just want to let you know, then I can change that.
Because it's
I'm worried.
Worse. It's worse.
Okay. Yeah. So I've edited it. I can also print it out as a PDF. Yeah. So I can print it out and send it to someone.
Is this the print that you get when you finish the task?
It's if you're doing an audit, for example, and you want to leave someone with a copy of your audit findings, then you would send them that PDF. So it's the hard copy of it. Have another stage where you actually close out the report when you verify that it's effective. So shall I do that in the one that we were at before? We had the snow on the ground. We closed out the action, but now let's verify that it's been carried out, and we can now close the whole report because we're happy that it has been completed.
Yeah.
So so there's that final stage. So one of the great things about the system is that it collects all that information real time. So it gives you the transparency that we've already seen to see what actions need to be doing, and track them through and make sure that they're done. So that real-time information comes into the dashboard. It's again completely customizable. So we can produce new dashboards. We might want to produce strategic dashboard, for example, here. We might want to do let's say I don't know, production dashboard, and so we can create a series of different dashboards, and then we can customize those. Let's have a look at this dashboard that we have here now. This is the incident one. So we can produce different sorts of graphs. We've got bar charts, we've got pie charts, and we've got lists of the different incidents down here. So let's have a look, for example, here, the unsafe acts, it's showing as a pie chart, but I want to change it to a bar chart, and it comes down as a bar chart. So this line here is a target. Now, it's very likely that your company has set objectives and targets for different areas. And so what will happen here on this chart is that when you are below the target, it will be a blue line. And when it's above the target, it will be a red one. So it's very quick and easy to see what how many of your targets you've met and what you need to really be working on. So we have on here, we have the number of incidents. We have broken it down into unsafe acts, unsafe conditions, different parts of the body that were injured, different types of injuries, so cuts and bruises and fractures, and then the list of the incidents. But as I've said, that's completely customizable for the information that you want to collect. Okay, app design. So this is an interesting part of the system that you were looking at hazard reports. And you can see here that this is the drag and drop form designer. So the system comes with standard reports. There's a library of reports here that we can bring into the system so that you can get started really quickly. But you'll probably find that your company runs in a different way. and you need to customize these for how you work. So if we go into your hazard report, I'll show you how easy it is to do. This down here, we've got the different question types. And on this side, this is a representation of what's on the mobile app. So if I grab a question, and we'll say here, and we'll say, for example, what's the weather? So this is the field name. We can say that it requires an answer. What is the weather? Because that will have a big impact on the safety of the area. So I don't know, let's put some help in there. Right, so it could be snow, whoops, or rain, or sun. Okay, so I've now made a change to the form in the app. So if you go back to the phone, if you go to the top right hand corner of the screen, there's the settings.
Oh yeah,
thing.
now I see.
So press the settings, press refresh forms.
Ah, okay.
Okay.
So now I have your new form.
Yes. Now go back into the hazard report.
I'm safe.
And what is the weather? So that's our new question.
Yes.
So it's
cool. It's
appeared really quickly in there. Right. I'm going to now get rid of that. So let's go back to our form designer. Where I hazard report. What is the weather? Oops.
If you had that on paper, it would take ages to change the form and to reprint everything. That took like 15 seconds to do.
Well, if it's across a big company, then yes. Right. Okay. Have another go. Have a look at your mobile app.
And which one?
Hazard report again.
Okay.
And what's the weather like has disappeared.
Wow.
Okay.
And that's, yeah.
So it's
quick changes.
Quick and easy to do. What was I going? So the form also exists in German and in French. What else am I going to show you? So I'm going to quickly have a look at the different teams and things we have. So this is the demo system. So it only has me set up in it. So I'm set up here with my username and password. So I'm able to access all parts of the system. Whereas Timothée today just logged in using a QR code. So he has only limited access to the system. He's only able to report things into there. So I'm going to open and show you how security works within the system. So I only have certain permissions. Now I'm able to have viewing and actions. I'm able to do the app design, and I'm able to do the admin, but you can choose what permissions you want to give people. And then down here we have a list of teams. Now generally it would be a bigger list than this. So we would have the different sites that make up your company. And then what happens is if you are a leader, you're able to receive those notifications. So you remember the email that I received. If you're a member, you can get it on your mobile phone and you'll see the form. And if you're not a member, it's not anything to do with you. So between the different teams, there's a partition. So if you were in the team in France, you could see the French forms, but you wouldn't be able to see the German forms. So that's how we keep the information secure within the system. We also have encrypted questions. So if you have some personally identifiable information, for example, someone's name when they've had an accident, then when that comes into the system, it will blank out the name apart from the people that have the codes to be able to see that. So we have...
Who is able to change the roles?
Someone with an admin permission.
Okay.
So only the owner can bring people into the system because that obviously has a cost implication to it, whereas anyone with an admin permission can change the roles within the system. I'm going to show you now. So you're a QR code user, so you had these forms in your system. Now let's give you a computer self-assessment and a training form, right? Now,
okay.
If you go back to your phone and log out and refresh.
Log out and refresh?
Well, no, just refresh, sorry.
Okay.
And go down, and there you now have the extra forms.
So your rights to make new forms is basically you would be the manager Okay. And then at any time you can add. Okay, cool.
Okay, so what we generally do is at the beginning of setting up the system, you have champions from each of the departments, and they come together. We've started with those standard forms, like I said, that are in the system, but they try out and see how they work. And then they think, oh, you know, I want to use different wording to this. And so they change them, and then they go out and do a pilot project, which might take a couple of weeks, and see if it works well. And then they come back, we make some final changes, and then we set the system. So, and then at that stage, generally we take the editing permission away from the most people, because you don't want the forms changing all the time. You want the ability to flexibly change them when you need to, without calling an expert in, without programming, without getting in contact with us. You can do that, but you don't want them to be constantly changing.
Yeah, I think usually the companies, they set it up once, and either they're missing information, what they will find out, or